When the Pixel 6 was released, I was pleasantly surprised at how much of a good phone it really was. It had a different design with a cool visor instead of your average camera square bump, and how it was the smartest smartphone. So my expectations are high for the Pixel 7, and I'm not disappointed. Okay, so let's talk about Pixel phones. Just like last year, we have a smaller Pixel 7 and we have a bigger Pixel 7 Pro. The Pixel 7 is the regular smaller model. Anyhow, if you want the display to be even bigger, you can also get the 6.7-inch Pixel Pro. Other than the size difference, there is also some other differences as well between the two phones. So for example, the Pixel 7 Pro comes with a macro photography mode, a 120Hz display, and a telephoto camera, while the regular phone does not. And even though the two phones sound a little different from one another, most companies are literally optimizing their Pro phones to be as different as possible from the regular phones so they can sell more expensive phones. This is the same through the whole smartphone world, from Apple to Samsung or any other companies, which kind of makes the Pixel 7 a really good deal at $799 because it offers most of the Pro Big Brother features that other phones that are also $799 don't necessarily offer. The Pixel 7 starts at $799 while the Pixel 7 Pro starts at $1,179. Both are Canadian prices. Yes, for $799, Apple does not give you the 12 or the 13, but if you pay an extra $50 and get the 12, you are still missing some of the cool new features that the Pixel 7 offers, while the 2-year-old 12 doesn't have, or the technology was simply not there at that time. Google also added Face ID, or shall I call it face recognition, which has been on the iPhone since the iPhone 10. That's a 4-year-old iPhone from my calculations. And another thing that the iPhone had, and now the Pixel has, is cinematic mode. It works for the average consumer, but when things get intense, it starts lagging. Now, cinematic mode is enabled thanks to the brand new G2 Tensor chip. Instead of telling you benchmarks and CPU numbers that you can find on the internet, there are some legitimate features that are new thanks to this new Tensor G2 chip that I'm going to tell you, because that's all matters. It's not about numbers and how good the chip performs. If the software sucks and the chip cannot be actually optimized, then what's the point? So the fact that they could have actually give us some really good new features, that's exciting. Now, some of these features I feel like are like, yes, we've seen that before, but hey, cool. But there are some features that are actually fully new because of the Tensor G2 chip that I think we'll see in other smartphones in the next, 4 to 5 years. So, for example, let's say you're listening to a voice memo your friend sent you about a couple minutes ago. Well, yes, you can just, sit and listen to it. But your friend's voice is not that beautiful. No offense. But thanks to the new Tensor G2 chip, you can just read it. You can simply read the text, and Google is going to automatically convert your friend's voice to text. Kind of like how they do this with Google Translate and all their Google stuff. It's, they are a software company after all, and that's what makes the Google Pixel phone a really smart phone. Smartest of all smartphones, actually. That's cool. But by far, the coolest feature they've added is unblare. Okay, let's say you were at a birthday party, and the birthday baby decided to be a bad baby and shake their head. So your photo that would have been very memorable is just ruined thanks to the annoying baby. Now, instead of trying to recreate the shot, which is probably going to be impossible because you only got one cake, you can just use your Google Pixel 7 and use the unblur feature to fix the face. Magic. And the coolest part is that it works on all photos, so it doesn't have to be taken on a Pixel 7. It can work on any photos from any time. So that's really cool because, it's software. It should work on all things, and it does. And that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a smartphone in the last 5 years. Boom, you don't get any more motion blur. Ha! And I mean, this just goes to show that the Google Pixel flagships are still the number one most smartest smartphone on the market. Other than the fact that the Tensor G2 chip can bring you all these fun little quirky stuff, it does also make your phone much more efficient, 20% more efficient than what the Pixel 6 was last year. Now, I am wondering, if you're an Apple user, of course, if any of these cool new features on the Pixel 7 made you switch to Android, or maybe you want to do it in the near future. And if so, which one of these features is the most interesting to you? And let me know which one of them is the most interesting to you in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in for this Pixel 7 review. Like always, like this video, and you get it, Anyways, subscribe and have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching until this point. Stay bright, and I will see you on the next one. Click here to join me on the next one. Thanks for watching.